All right, all right, all right. Greetings and welcome back once again. This is Amuna and I pray everybody's doing well. Welcome back. I'm gonna get right in. I just had the opportunity to check out this latest episode of a 90-day forever after or something like this, right? Happily ever after. These guys are hilarious. Anywho, I'm gonna jump right into it because I see the similarities between Usman, hit the like on your way in, and Shida, right? Both have a different culture. They're coming from a different place, and both of them have different expectation. What's going on, Judah? We're about to get into this, and as always, pull out some wisdom in it, right? So we have cultural gaps in one space. We have age gaps in the other space, and I don't know why they keep doing this on the show. It's the same thing that's happening with Shamit and Jenny, right? Sometimes we say love conquers all, but in reality, if there's a lack of compatibility and the people are at different stages in our life, and this is for us generally across the board, right? We try to force things only for it to come crumbling down, and we pretend like we didn't know we had the wrong building materials, right? So in this case, Usman and Shaida have expectations. They have not come to the point where they have any children as yet. They're young. Shida, they're in their 30s, right? And Bilal is just a little bit older than the Trini. And what's her name? Kim is much older. Now, Kim, who we're going to start with right now, she has no excuses because you already saw how everything went down with baby girl Lisa. If y'all don't remember that season, come on. You already saw how everything went down with baby girl Lisa. And you, after seeing all of this, hit him up in the inbox and proceeded to pursue him. Hard body. You wanted to go from fan to super fan to potential. So you asked for this. This is why I don't like all of these tears. Go ahead and save those tears, Kim. Sometimes we ask for things. We push. If the door don't open, knock it down. No, maybe that's not your door. So in the case of Kim, she pursued Usman. She courted Usman. She bought him PS2s. She bought him the Soldier Boy chain. She pursued him because she wanted what came with being in association with this man. This is just the truth. So we're going to look into her story first, and then we're going to get to Shida and the look that's on her face and Bilal. Because Bilal said some crazy stuff. Now, I did a video a while ago. Like, I already told her to run, but she clearly didn't hear that video, so y'all should tag her. I told her to run because you could already see that Bilal has some, let's just say, tendencies, okay? But before we get to that and why sometimes we're not able to see our own shortcomings, but we could see it in other people. Some people be like, well, why we could see it, if we're watching a show, but we can't see it in ourselves. It just be like that sometimes, you know what I mean? But okay, so Kim finds herself leaving her mother, who she's the caretaker for, who's in need, because she wants to pursue her happiness. She has a whole grown son, just a little bit younger than Usman. She has already gone through that stage of life. She's in her 50s. She's not being as bad as Angela, who claims she had one good egg and was trying to get Skylar to tote it. So she has agreed, based on the storyline, that she is going to be open to his culture, which is to have more than one wife. Okay, so they should have been on Seeking Sister Wives, because this conversation that's about to come up is kind of funny. Okay, so so now she kind of prepared herself somewhat. So Usman kind of wants to massage her in to the discussion, let her meet one of his friends, so that they can see, because theory and practice are two different things, so that they can see and hear how things would work in practice versus theory. So she's essentially sold on the theory. She understands she's not going to be able to bear him children. He understands that it's important in his culture to be able to have children. They've already had the discussion. I don't know why I'm laughing, but let's go.
Come on, sit down here.
Okay, so she goes to, okay.
It is my first full day in Abuja, but already?
Oh my bad, pause. And they're supposed to go meet his parents, of which he already tried this with baby girl Lisa. So he's trying to make sure he covers all bases before he goes and embarrass himself and his family again, right?
To fight about the second wife. I am totally fine with Usman taking a second wife as long as I don't have to meet her. But Usman thinks that I have to interact with the second wife.
Okay, so these are two different thought processes. People who are okay with what you're doing, and I can totally, to a certain degree, understand where she's coming from. They may be aware it may not be their choice, but they're not going to stand in your way. But she kind of wants to have be at a distance from it so that it doesn't emotionally compromise her to a certain degree, right? Because she may be strong enough to know that that's what you're doing, but she may not be strong enough, quote, and I use that term loosely, to have you doing it in front of her, right? So that's her position. Let's continue.
And I'm like, no, that's not going to work.
So Usman is like, nah. I want you to be like Seeking Sister Wife. I want y'all to be baking cookies together. I want you to be watching Mormon documentaries together. Like, I want y'all to be the best of friends. You understand?
Babe, do you feel any trauma now that, like after having that discussion?
No.
Like, are you
not at all?
Now? Why?
Because we still have to talk about it more. Anyway, tell me about this guy we're meeting.
So, okay, sometimes I see a lot of the people who come from other countries, they're like, respect, you gotta respect me, you better respect me, but not realizing that they low-key being disrespectful. So he's having a conversation with her before the friend comes, and when you're in discussion with someone and they be like, anyways, that's dismissive. So we'd hear her saying anyways, like dismissing what he has to say. So that's key for later on, but let's continue.
My friend, and you call me today, it's like, hey bro, what's up? I say, okay, I'm hanging around with my babe. Can you come over? It's like, okay. Yeah, he has like a couple wives, like some wives.
So that's why you brought me here? That's why you brought me, to make me feel better about your second wife?
Is there anything wrong with that?
So she's already in her feelings. He brings her to meet another friend, and she's in her feelings because this is not what she really wants to do. Some women, I have known of them, who will tell the man, I'm down with Polly, I'm down with the swirl, I'm down with all this stuff. In reality, they're not really down. They just want to make themselves look more appealing to the man. And then when they actually get in the situation, instead of saying, no, I'm not down, you have to respect someone who tells you from the gate, that's not my cup of tea. But some women, many women, because they want to, hook the man, they'll say they're down. In reality, they're not. Julie says, you could not melt me down and pour me to the relationship. Sister wife, how about divorce? I mean, they're not married yet. What I would say for them is good that they're having this conversation before they even get married, right? She went back to Nigeria because he wants her to meet the family. So
I want my friend to talk to Kimbali before we go to Sokoto about having a second wife. He has the experience, so that whenever my family trying to bring, like the discussion about, second wife, she'll have some idea about it.
So he like I said, this is not his first rodeo. Things fell apart with baby girl Lisa for the similar things. So he was like, yo, to shore this thing up, he already went and begged his brother to intercede for him. And he needs the blessings of his parents, most naming his mother. I don't think his father's alive. So she got time to run. Yes, this is the same one who like pushed up on him, begged him for the yummy. She's the same one who pursued him hard. And so why is she running? That's why I say sometimes we, the people, push ourselves in situations in very tight spaces, essentially. You ever seen a baby you're like, how did you get in there? It's like some tight space between the wall and the closet, and there's a little toy on the floor, and they push themselves in there. And when they get the toy, they can't get out. And you hear somebody crying, and you go look, and that's them. This is Kim. She pushed herself in a tight quarter, knowing that it was going to be problematic on the other side because she saw someone else go through it.
Soldier boy, KB to effect. Yani, Tazari, Yagugari, Walala. This is my friend.
Hi.
His name is Kabiru. This is my girlfriend. Her name is...
Wait, she was the super fan. She'd do whatever. She was caping for him hard. But now she feel that she got him. This is when you people, and this is where a lot of relationships fall apart. Because people would be like, well, you weren't like that in the beginning. And in the beginning, the person was capping. In the beginning, the person was doing whatever they needed to do to get with you. In the beginning, they cleaned. In the beginning, okay, we having a word today. This is relationship counseling. In the beginning, they were submissive, quote unquote. In the beginning, he went to work. In the beginning, he asked you how your day was. In the beginning, he texted you good night. In the beginning, she used a little soft baby voice. And when they felt like they got to where they was going, when it was safe enough for to put the representative away, that's what happens. Relationships begin to fall apart because that person is not the person who you initially met.
Her name is Kimberly.
Okay, nice to meet you.
She's from the United States. Yeah, she loves me hard. I love her too. And in future, we should get married. But I told her that I have.
Before Usman, sometimes people will love you for what you do for them, not necessarily like they love you. So it's interesting that he says she loves me hard, because he was looking for somebody to support him, not get jealous of his career, just do all the things he needs them to do. And so I think that is what made her appealing to him. And now that she's changing colors, he's going to start to question. Let's listen.
And in Africa, it is so important.
It's actually very, very important.
And Kimberly said that she's okay with that.
No, I'm okay. I mean, yeah, I'm okay with that. But like having multiple marriages is not my culture. That's not what we do.
Yeah, I know. You don't have to be afraid of anything.
I'm terrified.
Hey, this dude, you don't have to be afraid of anything. Even if it's cultural on the continent and cultural in other spaces, does not mean it comes without problems. It just means it's a little bit more widely accepted, even though people may sometimes suffer in the same way or experience the negative sides in the same way. So culturally, something being cultural doesn't make it righteous or it doesn't make it right or wrong. It just means that it's more widely accepted. Sometimes people are like, it's my culture. And what that mean? Anyway, the front is over there being the poly ambassador.
Terrified.
No.
You don't have to be.
You don't have to be.
Because I'm like the first wife, right? So what are their rules? Are they equal?
They are the same. Yes.
This is what pissed her off, fam. And then we're going to jump. Again, this conversation is about baby fever because, again, Usman wants children. And Kim cannot give him children. So as the man, he doesn't want to, like Michael did. Michael closed himself in with Angela, and now he can't move because he's boxed in. So Usman's like, nah, ma, we're going to have this conversation early. So push come to shove, you already knew what it was. You knew what it was.
Okay.
So was it where you were as a Madewa? Okay. Amadou, you have to hide it.
So the friend is telling him, you got to treat everybody equal. You can't have this partiality. Now, sometimes people don't understand or pretend like they don't understand what this first wife, second wife, third wife conversation is about. It's about security. And women need a number of things in order for the flower to bloom for you. She needs certain things that's going to assure and reassure her of her position in your life, right? So what she's really asking is that given that she cannot give you children, right? And given that she is older, is her position going to be secure with you based on who came first? And so now her hearing that's another woman who you've yet to meet is going to potentially overshadow her because she'll have your child. She may be younger. If she comes from Nigeria, then she's from your culture. What I find interesting, Usman, I don't mean to come for you, but what I find interesting is if you're willing to get the second wife from Nigeria, why not get the first wife from Nigeria? Why did you look for overseas to get a wife if you knew that on the top of your list was your culture and being fruitful and multiplying? It would make sense for you to look for somebody who you do not have to train. Judah says she needs to walk away. Yeah, but oftentimes they don't want an older person that is similar to who they are. It was going to want that green card, eh?
He said that he has two wives. And if you love one the most, you have to hide it and show them they are all equal.
But this is not just any two wives, because remember, Usman is Islamic, right? So they can have up to 4 according to Islam, right? So the friend is saying that you cannot show this partiality, because if you do, like in the case of Jacob and Leah and Raquel, if you do, it's going to cause division in your household. So the friend is telling him, even if you have a favorite, which ultimately you're going to have a favorite. People say, no, I love them all the same. The lies you tell, right? Especially in this space. So the friend is telling him, nah. Okay, what's going on here?
You love them equal, even if it is not right.
So that's not what you told me, though. Because you said, like, the first wife gets all the love. This is what you told me.
Now, Kim, the first wife gets all the love. Like, how is that going to work? So you over here doing the Handmaid's Tale. I got to come do a Handmaid's Tale review because I realized that they said they had the new season on Hulu. I got a question as to why Handmaid's Tale got 5 seasons and they cut off Underground after 2. I'm still salty about that from many years ago because why? That's all I want to know. Why? They don't even have a storyline no more, but let's focus. So she wants the second wife to be from the Handmaid's Tale. They just want to knock her up and then she bears on their knees and she's Hagar. And then, she gets no love, basically. But let's continue. Hold on.
No, that is right. The respecting is the issue. You get that, I promise you.
Well, I don't care about that.
Homie said she don't care about respect. Yo, what is she saying? What?
As Usman has explained this to me numerous times, the role of the second wife is basically just to have the children.
So again, like I said, she's June from Handmaid's Tale.
That's all he really needs her for. If Usman would have been more upfront and said no, I have to love both of them equally, blah, 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 I wouldn't have been okay with that at all.
So basically she's down with the Hagar. She's over here trying to be Sarai and she's down with the Hagar. Just let her pop the baby out and then you holla, you see her when you see her.
I would have never, ever come to Nigeria. I'd have been like, okay, I'm out. Bye.
Lies. You came to Nigeria for the yummy. You hunted this dude for him to give you the poke. You understand what I'm saying? You went from fan to super fan to potential. You would have came to Nigeria. Now that you're on the other side, you feel like you kind of have a little bit of traction. You have leverage so that you can pop style. We have to know when people are playing games and manipulating, but let's continue.
How many wives do you have?
2.
You have 2? Okay. Do you have children?
I have 9 children. Okay.
The man said,
9?
man said, I have 2 wives and 9 children. Where you work at, Usman's friend? You know what I mean?
Wow.
Wait, I have the potential to have 9, and I don't want to take long time, so why not have it 2?
Okay, Usman is about to break down what I shared many years ago about why the math is not math and how people, it's kind of like the Nick Cannon. He's about to do the Nick Cannon math right now because he's not considering these little children, these babies as souls or the support that the mother needs. So essentially you make all of these quote wives into single mothers and you just, propagate your field all at one time so that you can pop it out. Look, he's about to do that Nick Cannon math. Hold on.
Wives plus you 4.
No, there's no way. No, I can barely deal with one. You think I'm gonna let him? No, I don't give a
If I have 4 wives, wait, I want you to hear that now. If I have 4 wives plus you, I have 3 more. If this one gives twins, first birth, wait.
I'm listening.
Then the second wife give another maybe 1 or 2. Before in just 2-3 years, I can have 10 and we're done.
That is
3 years, 10. That's multiplication. Okay. So he's not considering all of the things that these children are going to need at the same time. I don't know how many yummy songs you could sing, not considering that they're going to need you there as a father and that their mothers are going to be overburdened. It's just pop, and look, now I have the 12 tribes of Israel. It don't work like that, but let's continue.
the dumbest thing I ever heard. I'm not, no. Look, we said 1. And I was cool with 1. Now you're talking about 3 and 4. No. Anyway, so how, do they live together?
So remember the friend is still there. So what's going on, Naisha? The friend is still there. So the way she's talking to him could be perceived as disrespecting his culture. So he's looking at her like, yo, you tweaking right now. You know what I mean? So she dismisses him and continues to talk to the friend, which is all very important as we continue.
Okay, the 2 of them are living in the same house.
What if, just say, I don't want to meet the second wife. I don't want to see the kids because I don't live here. And I don't think it's funny. I really don't think it's funny.
No, it's funny.
Sai ka dauki yara biyu daga cikin nan din sai ka kai mata America. So yana ƙara kawo dankon zumunta.
So the friend is basically saying yo, you should meet them because it's going to strengthen the relationship and you should know the children because you guys are all one family.
Ai ba abin da yafi daɗi irin matan ka biyu su zama friends.
Yes. So this is what he's saying. He said, why not? When I get married to the second wife, I should take her child to you in the state.
No,
Listen to
sir.
me. Listen to me. That will bring you guys more closer.
No.
And you love each other like close friends.
No.
Then I will be the elder.
Oh, Father, give us the strength. What I realize oftentimes for a lot of these men, because I've been having this poly conversation for a long time, is that they live in the theory, the hypothetical of the whole situation, and how they sell you on the dream. What's going on, Nasha? I miss you guys too. I just been, you know what I mean? They sell you on the theory of it, but when the practical comes in, when all the headaches come in, when all the unappealing parts come in, they become overwhelmed. Right? They become overwhelmed. Like, oh, I can't deal with this. This is you guys' problem. And you see that in Seeking Sister Wives. If there's any breakdown, then the man can't deal with it because that's not the part that he fantasized about. He just fantasized about the benefits. He didn't really look into, the maintenance oftentimes of it. So, but let's continue. So she's not having it. So she curses. Nigerians have a way when they're surprised, they'll be like, ah. Yo, so she curses in front of him and a friend, and Usman's face is like, ah. I should have gotten that meme. I just didn't take the time to screenshot it. He's like, what the? So let's continue.
What did you say to me?
I said, what the That's what I said.
To me?
I said it to you.
He said to me? Like he is in total shock. Like what happened to Superfan? What happened to I'll do anything for you? What happened to all of that? All of that's out the window and Kim is cutting up. She acting like baby girl Lisa right now.
Are you
Stop. Stop. Just stop.
Kimberly causing and being rude, giving me that kind of attitude and behavior is unacceptable to any Nigerian man. She's being so mad. I started to doubt if Kimberly is actually okay with this idea of second wife. Maybe she was just saying that just to make me happy, and now she's seen the reality. She don't think she can take it.
Ding ding ding, Usman. Yes, people lie, women lie, men lie. Ding ding ding.
Are you really sure that you are going to allow me to have that second wife? Are you okay for me to have a young lady to get married because I never had child and I have to have one?
Yelling and I'm sitting.
I'm not yelling. I'm making the points.
He's talking. Now she's in her feelings. She claims she's really agitated. He's not really like yelling. I know what yelling is. That's not yelling. But she wants to make a scene. She's about to go into Angela mode in 5, 4, 3, 2.
I'm making the point for you to get.
I got the point, babe.
So why are you just changing now?
I'm just not changing. I'm asking questions. You know what?
You change it
It was
now.
nice to meet you, but I'm going to go because your ass is pissing me off.
She did the Angela. I don't know why these European women, I mostly see it from European women, feel that they have the right to assault people. I don't understand it. So she did the Angela. She took the milkshake. It's not funny because when Usman is cleaning off the milkshake, why his friend didn't tell him that piece was in his hair? Anyway, she flicked. She's like, I don't want to deal with this. And then she boxed the milkshake off the table. Now, Asha, why are you laughing? And she threw the milkshake off the table on Usman in front of everybody. I don't know. If it was the other way around, it would never be acceptable. So that I can't get down with.
Out of here.
Wow.
I told my mom.
Yeah, so she flicks the milkshake on him. So anyway, that was the whole conversation around, hold on. Oh yeah, so let's get to the baby part with we're going to get back to it. But that was the whole conversation around, she knew what it was. She knew that she wasn't up for it, for real, for real. We're going to get to questionable Bilal over here and Shaida. So Shaida is all like, oh, I want to see me in the spot, so let's go shopping. And Bilal is the all cheap, like, nah, we don't need this. We don't need that. So basically he just wants her to submit. He really doesn't want her to show up as she is, her authentic self with the needs that she has. He kind of, to me, he's coming across as somebody who just wants you to meet their needs, and your needs are not even secondary, more like tertiary. Like they're not really on the radar.
Whatever she wants, I may say something here and there, like the price is this, price is that, because I really want her to value the dollar, but she doesn't really realize, America is a home of the free, but everything is not free, This is probably what we should get.
What is that?
It's called a Newlyweds Instruction Manual.
Let me see.
Troubleshooting tips and advice for the first year of marriage for Shida. It literally has your name on it. It literally says it. The first page I came to was spender versus saver. What type do you think you are, babe?
Why he keeps talking to her like this is a kindergarten class? He be like, "Oh, look what I found! Look at this book on the shelf. Who do you think you are? Spender versus." He sounds like he a kindergarten teacher. Bilal is mad condescending.
Think I'm a bitch of the boot. Spender and saver. Come babe, killing it. I make money to spend money because I want to enjoy life. He makes money to save, but I be seeing him wearing those type of suits. I know it costs something. So I think he likes to spend when it's on him. He spends more. Oh, wow. Oh, my God.
So in this particular store, they come across, they have baby clothes. So now this is when it gets spicy.
Oh my God.
No. Come on this way.
Uh-oh.
No.
How are ya?
So she in the store again. He understood that before they got married, that this was a primary concern for her. But just like Kimberly, who already had her children, she, because it's not a concern for her, it's not a pressing issue, they make the other person to feel like, oh, you're the problem because you want something that in this space in your life, it's normal to want. This is what happens oftentimes in relationships. Another thing we have to be aware of is that your desires, even though they may seem like small in the beginning and something you can overlook, if it's something major, something that's very important to you, like in this case, having a child, if the other partner is not at that space, you have to consider it, because one of two things can happen. They can deny you and then you resent them, or they can give it to you and then they resent you, right? Because both parties are not at the space where they are both equally willing to accept it. So this is kind of, to me, what's going to happen in both of these situations, one on the male side, the other on the female side. But now she enters into this baby boutique and he's like, no. Remember, he already has 2 teenage children. He's not trying to go down that brick road again, okay? And then let's see what happens.
Hey, I'm doing good. She don't need to be in here right now.
You have baby fever? I know, right? You see, he has kids already. Oh, okay. I don't have any kids. Okay.
And you know it's on her mind because she keeps telling everybody she meets. She told the strangers. She said it at the tell-all. She's telling everybody she meets that there is a problem. So she's vocalizing, I think, it because she's not being heard where she is. So she feels she needs to put him on the spot outside, and hopefully she'll get some more support from strangers or whoever it is.
Come in this room with me now.
There's no reason for remotely for us to even step past this threshold right here.
Past this threshold. Come and see this.
Really? No.
So he's saying, even though she made him put it to agree to it in the prenup, he's saying there's no reason for us to come here. He's adamantly against it. That, I mean, Shaida, that would have been like more than a red flag. That, I mean, Trinidad has a red flag, a red, black, and white. That's like a carnival-sized Trinidad flag, you know, flapping in the wing. So that the person's attitude towards, because what could also happen is, say you do get pregnant, and he could just go around saying, I told you I didn't want a child right now. And when all of the responsibilities of having children fall upon you, then you're mad.
When I agreed to the prenup, I specifically added a clause that we will try to have a baby by the time I am 40. But I'm like 2.5 years away from 40. By that time, I might be too old. If I don't get a baby by 40, he's going to pay.
Baby, why are you going to talk about this stuff right now?
Because I just want a baby.
Sweetheart, you wanted to go furniture shop.
I know, but I didn't know that this was attached to the furniture store. It's like God is telling us something. God is telling us something.
I know what you did. You totally put the okie doke on me. You planned this.
I didn't plan this.
Because we're not.
You hear the verbiage? You put the okie doke on me. You tried to trap me. If you're married, what are you doing to naturally, it's either you're not together, or what are you doing to not have a baby? Right? So for him to say you went outside, you saw baby stuffs, and she pulled the okie doke, you can hear what type of language she could kind of basically be preparing herself that she's going to be hearing from him.
And child, like this year, we got to get to know each other. We got to do some things that we want to do. Because when one of these happen, life as you know.
When he calls the baby clothes one of these, that's objectifying the child. Okay, he called the child a these. These, it doesn't describe a bruh, one of these. Did he call children one of these?
Stops. She's jumping the gun.
He thinks life stops. I know I told you he on the spectrum. He's on the narc spectrum. Life stops. Not looking at it as a child. You have to look at people who look at children as blessings or children as liabilities, right? And just by the verbiage, you can tell whether or not a person thinks children are a blessing, they enhance your life, or whether or not they're a liability. So essentially, he does not see children in the same way she does, right? He calls the children these. He says the children make your life stop. So he's not at the space and time where he wants to be responsible.
The whole kid thing, I thought we had this settled. Considering that she want to put this thing in our prenuptial agreement about when we're going to plan on having children.
That's why I said he wasn't really looking at her as a person and her needs. It was really what he needed. Because if that be the case, then you should have got with somebody who already had a child, and then this wouldn't be a conversation, right?
But we're not ready to have a child. We have to work on living together first.
Okay, we have to speed things up. That's all I'm saying. Maybe we will go to see a fertility specialist sometime next week.
Maybe. Why do you need to go to see a fertility doctor? If you truly wanted to do it, I'll do it. Yeah. However, we haven't even tried to have children.
But it's good to plan ahead. Listen, I think the doctor will give us advice when it comes to having children. Like,
it's interesting that he's a imam, be fruitful and multiply. I'm quite sure there's somewhere in Islam that speaks to this, but yet still he says we didn't even try to have a baby, which I was doing all this time, which I was doing. So he is adamant against. Maybe he should teach some of the brothers of how not to have babies if they don't want to, because he seems to be proficient in withholding his seed. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all make me want to check to see if everything is on the up and up with my stream. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Let me make sure my stream is still up. 1, 2. Yeah, it's still up. All right. Hit the like on your way in. So there's a few more parts that I wanted to go over before I wrap this up.
Like, you would let me know how much more time that I have. That's all. That's what I want to hear. That's all. Bilal just doesn't get it. Seeing a doctor can help us understand what we need to do to prepare for the future. He needs to take my timetable and health seriously because I'm getting older and this could be my last chance. And trust me, I'm not going to waste it.
Again, wrestling with people on these very important topics is not a good look, because you want the baby, boom, you get the baby for the rest of your life. Really, you're a parent, you know what I mean? So this is not something to be taken lightly, and she should have got more counsel. But let me jump ahead here to Little Miss Milkshake, and let me get to Miss Milkshake here. I'm not even gonna look at you, Jenny, because you tripping.
Kimberly.
What?
Can I talk to you?
No, I don't want to talk to you.
No, I need to talk to you.
And speaking and saying what, she talks about being disrespectful. Saying what? He's like, Kimberly, he didn't curse her. He didn't attack her. Maybe you were misunderstood or he misexplained himself as it related to the topic. But so far, he didn't sell himself highly disrespectful that warrants the way in which you're behaving, right? But yes, still she feels justified. So let's listen.
No, you don't.
No, I need to talk to you.
That's all you do is
No,
talk.
I need to talk to you.
I'm upset with the fact that he's not being authentic with me about the things that are going on. It's not even the same kind of second wife situation that we've talked about. He brought me in front of his friend and he belittled me and he was interrupting me, and I'm supposed to just be okay with that. Like, everybody has a breaking point. Grow up.
Huh?
He never.
She said grow up, but she the one who threw the milk on. She was the one who was cursing and being rude. You see, again, when we can't see ourselves, then we more inclined to blame other people.
Finds fault with his own actions. Everything's my fault all the time. And you get tired of it after a while and you throw stuff.
Kim, yeah, so there goes the justification. Bad behavior, I'm justified because you made me do it. Kim, you are the one who was searching for the yummy. You begged for the yummy, and now you don't want to pay the piper.
Okay, let's not go crazy.
How many times I interrupt you? How many times I've been listening to you?
You did it the whole time.
When? It's a lie. I
And then
didn't.
you talking to me like I'm some dog. I'm a grown-ass woman. Don't talk to me like that.
Sometimes, again, the issue gets conflated. What she's really upset about, sometimes, again, we're not able to even identify at that moment what we're really upset about. And what she's really upset about is not him interrupting her. What she's really upset about is that the first person, she thought that she was going to have a Hagar, and therefore she didn't have to interact with the Hagar. And now that she realizes that some of his love and adoration will go towards somebody else, which means that she would be destabilized because she doesn't have the other things to add, is concerning to her. So right now she's moving in fear, right? Sometimes you ever been mad, but you can't articulate what you're mad about. Usually it's coming from fear.
I'm not a show pony. I don't just do for you. And the way he's talking was nothing like the way you said it was going to be. I think everybody's right. I'm insane. Oh, I love Usman. Oh, I'll do anything for Usman.
Now she's gaslighting Usman, right? Now she's trying to verbalize and speak out loud for him to hear that, she was all in and she was all hands on deck. But all of the people, the support system around her, maybe they're actually right. She's saying it in his hearing so that he can bethink himself, right? Because she's going against everything she knows to be with him, and he should be grateful, right? But let's continue.
You think I like acting this way? This isn't me.
This is you.
It's me.
Husband said, "This is you."
You're revealing this kind of attitude.
Oh, whatever. Like, you're so perfect. Hi, I don't want to be in a relationship where I'm the bad guy all the.
So what is, again, sometimes you're discussion or having an argument with people and they begin saying stuff that didn't nobody say. So like, oh, you think you're perfect. Where did that come from? Your behavior was less than desirable. You were out of character. You were cursing. You assaulted me. And I'm telling you that this is unacceptable. And then she's putting it back. She's deflecting by talking about the fact that he's less than perfect. Oftentimes when you're in the situation and you're emotionally triggered, you don't realize at that time that somebody's playing games with you.
Time. I'm really regretting that I even came here in the first place.
Ooh.
If you're going to do this to me now and be so rude and disrespectful to me, I'll go home. I'll leave.
Kim, you bought the man. You bought him things. You bought him because you knew that in certain areas you were lacking. Stop playing games.
I don't need to be here. You don't have to worry about talking to me no more.
I don't want to talk about Kim, but Kim, ever since last season, you did not work on your sleep. You there running across Nigeria looking for Usman, and you left your mama at the crib and your son. I mean, what's going on? What's going on?
Shida and I went to a store, and it's a baby store.
So her clock is ticking wild.
The mother is this is back to Bilal now. Bilal's mother is, what do they call it? She supports the foolishness. Okay, he is, like I said, he's on the narc spectrum from what I'm seeing, and we see where it's coming from. Who coddled you, who brought you in, who made you comfortable in being the way you are. And it's his mother, because now after they gaslit Shaida into being submissive, right now the normal expectation, especially at the age that you got her, he's trying to demonize her for. So let's continue.
I absolutely do not want a child right now.
Is she having the feeling that
he just saying right now because saying I don't want a child at all sounds too final, right? So he's saying right now, but just the look on his face and the way he moved, he don't want no more children.
You're just kind of stringing her along.
Michael's, what is Instagram?
Oh, here go one good egg. Oh my goodness. Let me fast forward. Hold on. Let me fast forward because here come Angela, who don't nobody got no time for right now. Let's fast forward here. Wait a minute. Did I pass it? I got one good egg. I got one good egg. I got one good egg. Okay.
Ooh, so cold out there.
What's going on? Shy's at the house?
Yeah. She had a long day shopping.
Shopping? Yeah. What kind of shopping?
She said furniture, but I think it's more like decor. Then she pulled the okie doke on me. The store is attached to another.
She pulled the okie doke. First comes love, then comes marriage, then comes the baby and the baby carriage. What part of this is the okie doke, Mr. Imam?
Other store, and it's a baby store.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, oh, wow. With like little bitty baby clothes and this and that.
And her eyes lit up.
Yeah, and I'm like, you need to come back over here.
So her clock is ticking loud.
It's almost like she's trying to dupe me into having a child.
Father, yes.
I think
dupe him. Yes, Mosai. So tell me something. Are you putting the marriage duties on hold, or are you doing something to obstruct the process? Because listen to the terminology: dupe. What the? Bilal and his mother. I mean, Mom Dukes. This is your son.
Part of me feels like she just kind of agreed, like, hey, I'll change his mind, until like trying to still have it like immediately.
Okay, these children he's talking about it. So this is not giving this is making it impersonal. Like this is an object. This person is an object. Not he needs counseling. Bilal, you need counseling.
I thought you guys had already kind of like written in your contract and in your prenup and everything that you guys were going to wait. Both of you had already agreed. So this trip shopping today just brought all of this forward again?
Yeah, and I want her to clearly understand that I think it's best to wait right now. In my first marriage, we had children pretty early. I wanted to wait a little bit. However, that didn't happen. So this time, the initial plan was for Shai and I to wait a couple of years before we start having a child. And then it keeps coming up, reoccurring. But I absolutely do not want a child right now.
Or are you saying that?
Bro, I think she should wait too, because this dude is shaky. This dude is suspect. This dude is shaky. She's not seeing it. I mean, you 38. I've known people 43, 45 to have their first child. I mean, it's not ideal, Shida. But, you know, in truth, you waited to this point. Why did you wait till 38 in the first place? I mean, we got questions. So to be pressuring old boy and he doesn't want children, it's not a good look either, because you're going to end up holding the bag.
As a deal breaker for her?
I don't think it'd be a deal breaker, because what we agreed upon was for us to wait.
That was then.
No, it's not a then.
It still
we just got married. Like you and Daddy, you guys got married. How long did it take for you to have a child?
A month. A month.
That's pretty fast.
Yeah. We got married in June. I got pregnant in July. Or you more or less really kind of coming across to her that you really do want to have more children? Or is she having the feeling that you don't want any children and you're just kind of stringing her along saying that you want?
That's the feel I'm getting. That's the feeling I'm getting. Instead of him being 100% honest so that this wouldn't be a thing, he's like, absolutely. Somebody doesn't say absolute, not right now. If you say, hey, you hungry? I'm absolutely not hungry right now. No, that don't even make no sense. You say something as definitive as absolute. And then you put right now with the semicolon, that's not adding up. The math is not mathing. Be honest.
You know, I hope she don't think I'm stringing them. Hope she would know that, you know. But
the two of them have to actually listen so they can fix things with their situations. I'm not sure whether they have tried to get on the same page, but they are equipped with the tools because Bilal is an imam and he's done.
Is Bilal over here practicing semen retention or something? He's an imam. You've been married. You want to be with her. You did a religious ceremony before you actually did the physical one. But yet still, I don't know, Bilal. The math is not mathing. It's not mathing.
Counseling himself. But it's a little different when you're doctoring on yourself.
You think?
There's definitely a lot of red flags.
More than
and
red.
Sometimes we
Crimson.
Don't take a closer look at that. So I think the two of you need to kind of sit down and get to that point and address those red flags before it becomes a lot bigger than what you guys can handle.
That's a fact. And it's on its way.
I love Shy so much, but I also fear, though, that having a child too early could cripple our marriage. We need to get on the same page.
Bilal is riddled with fear. He's afraid that somebody's going to take his money. He's afraid that a child is going to... What happened to the faith? You an imam, fam. You afraid that the child is going to mess up your relationship. You afraid that she's going to steal from you. I mean, you got too much fear. You got to work on your spirituality, brother.
When it comes to when we're planning on having children. But I'm worried that it's not going to be easy because Shaida has baby fever to the 10th power. Thank you for all your words of wisdom.
Alhamdulillah.
Appreciate it.
Good.
Where's the part where he called the baby a plague? There was a part where he... wait, Angela, we have no time for you right now. You're not raising my blood pressure. Let me go ahead and skip through some of this stuff right here. Hold on. Let's see here. Okay, we back at Kim. Wait a minute. I'm cutting up. Kim wanted to be the only boo in town.
Share like equal love. So it's bull to me. Usman isn't always completely honest with me about things, but he'll turn it around to make it like I'm the crazy one. You expect me to just say, okay, oh yeah, let me let you marry somebody and not ask any questions? That's why you brought the guy there, was for me to ask questions. But when he was answering or when I was talking to him, you kept interrupting. So what's the point? What was the point of that? I agreed to let Usman have a second wife because I realize how important it is for him to have children. But I want to make sure that it's going to happen on my terms as well because it's going to affect my life too. This is a huge...
Again, lady, why did you hotly pursue? She was in hot pursuit of someone who... It's like Jenny and Schmidt. The math is not math. Y'all not making no sense. You're not making no sense.
Huge thing for me to just be like, oh, okay, yeah, go have a wife. And Usman doesn't seem to care about my opinion at all. I wish I never would have came here.
Here, y'all know.
You can go back.
He said you could go back. Wee. Now she having whole tantrums. I wish I would have never came here, Usman. You could go back. He cares not. He been through this before.
I will go back.
It's easy.
Don't worry about that. You think that you're just innocent in all this. Like, I had no cause to get upset? That's how you think?
You can be upset, but what you said is the reason that makes you upset that I interrupt you.
But it is the reason,
No.
Usman.
No, the reason that you were upset is because he was like, you're not about to have a Hagar. You about to be Hannah and Penina. And that's what made you upset.
You will say that I interrupt you. Kimberly, stop telling me I interrupt you and that's why you do what you're doing. I know what upset you.
What?
You
the
can't
whole
say it,
topic?
but I know. It is so obvious that Kimberly is jealous because of second wife. When Kimberly visited me the first trip in Nigeria, Kimberly told me that she's okay with having the second wife. But that is when she wants to show me how easygoing she can be. But now, I think she's facing the reality of having the second wife now, and that's why she's not okay with that. So,
Usman, you should have just got your Nigerian She would have made you ngozi soup and fufu. You would have been okay, and you would have been eating your jollof rice, and this would not be a question. Go and find the one who, without problem, is going to give you the child that you need. This no make no sense, except say you want the pan TV.
I don't know. That is frustrating.
All I was trying to do was talk to your friend. That's all I was trying to do.
You know that it's not the introduction that is your problem. Your problem is that you love me and I
always
love
say
you,
that.
and you see that I mean it, I must have another wife.
That's
just
true.
the problem.
That's not the
If
problem.
that's not
That
the
is
problem,
the
why
problem.
you're not going to see her?
That's not the problem. I don't need to see her. I don't live here. I don't need to see her. Why do I need to see her? This is not my culture. I've said that time and time again. How many times have I said that?
Yo, but can somebody tell Kim that that little 90s slick up ponytail she got going on is not what it is right now in 2022? That little, you know how you just part the front part of the head with the little ponytail? I don't know why Kim keeps doing that. I don't know why.
I feel like I'm doing everything I can to adapt to your culture. Everything.
Lie. I'm sorry.
We had sex. That's not my culture without getting married to you. I did that to adopt your culture. So anytime you talk, you say you blend into my culture, you don't blend into any. You did quarter, I did almost 70%.
Think so?
Yes. I mean,
Yep, he had his little separate room, and you kept forcing yourself, and then you tried to throw a tantrum. You said you was gonna leave if he didn't do it. Like, he little dude was under duress. So that part is true, Kim. Let's stop caping.
Country by myself.
Oh, here we go now. Here we go. Let's have a moment of silence for Kim's tears real quick. She about to go in.
Somebody who supposedly loves me, that I'm willing to go meet his family, let him take a second wife. You don't think this is a lot? You don't think it's a lot for me?
if this is not healthy for us, it's better we cut it off.
That's correct. Y'all didn't get married yet. Why make it a Michael and Angela? We already know what it is. If you can't manage it, just part ways.
Is that what you want?
Yeah, if this
Is that what you want?
If this is not cool and we're not ready for that, I think it's better we just cut it off.
I think I'm just gonna try to go home.
Bye.
This is a whole different thing in my life. I respect it for his culture and his religion or whatever it is, but like, I don't get that respect back. Like, you just put me in the situation. I'm supposed to be okay with it.
He did not put you. You put Vaseline on your arms and legs and squeezed into the tight corner, Kim. What? You literally you slingshot yourself across the Atlantic, on 3 connecting flights, put Vaseline, squeezed yourself into a tight corner and demanded that you wanted to be. You wooed the dude. I mean, stop, Kim. We have no tears for you.
That's not okay.
It is
That's
okay.
not okay to me. Sorry.
And then when her friends told her, she was in her feelings. Now she hollering and talk about borrow the money. How you went to the people of them country and you ain't got no money to get home, Kim?
From somebody, you go marry 5,000 wives if you want.
You can get your ticket and go.
I'm about to wrap up soon. For those who just joined us, welcome to the conversation. I'm just vibing with y'all on this Sunday afternoon. It was hair day today, so I did a number of heads, twisting and braiding and all of this good stuff. So I'm just vibing. This is almost to the end of the episode. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. You done know?
Get the out of this country.
Oh yeah, so she storms out of the hotel, and he's basically like, "Yo, you can't be out here at night. You tripping right now."
Listen,
don't touch me. I'm telling you, don't touch me. Usman, I'm not playing. Stop. Leave me the alone.
Go out.
I'll do whatever the I want.
Yo, baby Angela over here. Baby Angela is like, don't touch me. But if the dude didn't come after you, be like, oh my goodness, he doesn't care. He left me for the people to devour me in a butcher. And then he comes after you. Oh, leave me alone. See, these are the games we play when we're young. But y'all too old for this. Y'all are absolutely too old for this. We need to say what we mean what we say. be adults enough to have hard conversations, be honest enough to say when something is above us, like, yo, this is above my pay grade right here. I'm not going to be able to do it. And sometimes when people are just consumed with what it is they want, you could say something and they not hear it, and then they push through, and then they get the short end of the stick and want to blame you. So this multiple wife poly situation has messed up a lot of people. You know what I mean? The baby situation has messed up a lot of people, and Kim's conversation and Bilal's conversation is very similar in the same way in which Shaida's conversation and Usman's conversation is. But that's just my thoughts. What do I know? That's just my 2 cents. You guys go ahead and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and we will be back to chit chat more about different topics. But right now, I'm just taking it easy, y'all. Sometimes you gotta give your brain a rest. You don't know it already? So like, subscribe, share, and all that lovely good stuff, and we will talk again later. One.